Hello and welcome to Social Media Weekly, episode 22nd May 2018.
Yay.
I am Sean.
Faustina here.
I'm Weihan.
And this week, we will be talking about a few things. Still a lot of Facebook stuff, but a bit of a mix this time around. So, first in line is Firefox can now stop Instagram and Facebook from tracking you online.
Ooh. Okay. So next one is Facebook adds voice posts, stories archive, and new cloud storage features.
And next up, Instagram will be adding new usage insights tabs to keep tabs on how much we use Instagram, especially when you're at work.
Yep. Facebook disables almost 1.3 billion fake accounts over the past 6 months.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So have you heard this going around? Like, is it Yanni or is it Laurel?
Laurel.
Laurel. Sorry.
Have you heard it? Have you not heard it?
I heard it.
Okay.
What's Laura tagline again?
Laurel.
L'Oreal.
That's not worth it. Okay. Back to the stories. Facebook can now stop Instagram and Firefox can now stop Instagram and Facebook from tracking you online. An article by Star Online states that Firefox anti-tracking extensions called Facebook Container just added abilities to isolate not only Facebook but also Instagram and Messenger by removing them to a separate browser window. This, although only applies for Facebook's tracking outside of their respective apps. Which means that, well, inside the apps, the all tracking remains, and this applies only to PC and Mac, running web browsers, and not for mobile iOS and Android apps.
Okay, that's understandable.
So what this means is that Facebook usually has the ability to track where we go and what we do within the same browser window as Facebook, outside of Facebook, in order to get your browsing habits. Hopefully also your shopping habits as well. This extends beyond Facebook Pixels too. So just to explain, Facebook Pixel is an extension shortcode that a brand would apply on their website so that if a target audience clicks a call to action from the Facebook advertisement or Facebook post into their website, Facebook will continue to be able to monitor where it goes.
So basically it's a tracker.
It's a tracker tool. But Facebook is also known for being able to track everything that happens in a single browser window, a single browser window. Whatever happens in the same browser window, like for example, I open Facebook here with other stuff, they know that I am going to these websites to check out articles, or if I have Lazada on and I'm shopping, they also know I'm shopping as well.
So the only way to stop this is to open Facebook in a different window?
Yes. So this extension from Firefox is actually, it's a very simple fix, but what it does is when you open Facebook or Instagram, what happens is it actually creates a new window.
Oh.
So all the tracking happens in that window instead of the other windows you use for other stuff.
Okay.
So Facebook cannot monitor cross windows, even if it's the same browser. So that's where it's contained. That's why it's called the Facebook container. It contains Facebook in one window, and Facebook and all its apps in one window, so that the monitoring does not cross over to somewhere else.
Okay, so that's how we see all the ads.
Yes.
Like,
so if I actually have, I actually installed some trackers before. There are some pretty cool tracker extensions that can actually track what you that can actually show you. It's called Ghost Tracker or something. I don't remember what was it. I used to use it, but I don't use it anymore. So what it used to do is it will actually identify every single kind of tracker that is following you on every single page that you're going to. And that's how they find that Facebook is actually tracking you beyond just the Facebook page.
okay.
And unfortunately, this is a Firefox extension, which means that you have to go to the Firefox menu, which is the triple line icon at the top right, of your browser, click add-on and search for Firefox container.
Okay.
Or you can just manually do it by isolating Facebook and all its apps into one separate window.
Okay.
Once you install it, it'll automatically trigger a new window for you whenever you go into Facebook, which is good, but unfortunately it doesn't help with mobile apps. If you are still using if you're using the app, or if you're using Facebook in the browser, they will still be able to track you wherever you go and whatever you do within the browser and within the app.
The tracking also works for ads, one, right?
Yes, it also works for ads.
So my question is, now that let's just say 90% of the people decided to use Firefox, then how is the marketing people gonna measure?
So this is always the little what is this called, the balancing point between being a user and being a marketer. As a marketer, we love all this tracking stuff because it helps us identify users well and pinpoint them and things like that. But as a user, you feel that it's an invasion of privacy when people do this to you. So I don't know. Eventually I think we will reach a midpoint where user and marketer meet somewhere in the middle. But at the moment, marketers are winning quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay and
You're also a user, you know.
But I'm not an active user.
Wait, you're an active user on Instagram, which is the same as Facebook.
Actually, I'm not that
Snapchat
active anymore.
also.
Really?
I'm not that active on Snapchat also. I just
WhatsApp.
But wait,
I only talk to you, ma.
But you're a digital marketer. How can you not use these things?
I mean, I do scroll and see videos and everything.
So
but
you're one
then,
of those zombie users that
Yes.
scroll, don't engage, but just scroll.
Yes.
But do
to
you know?
study.
But do you know that when you use something, if your screen pauses for more than 3 seconds in front of a post, that's considered an engagement?
Yeah,
You
I
do know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all the engagement I give.
Okay.
So next up, we have Facebook adds voice posts, stories archive, and new cloud storage features. Okay. Anyway, so this time they said they want to, quoting them, help users better create and save memories.
So there are 3 features to this,
Yeah.
which is cloud, voice posting, and Facebook Stories archive. Tell us a bit about the cloud.
So the cloud is, it started with India, where users can actually save their images, videos, and even voices into a dedicated cloud account provided free by Facebook. So this actually helps. This is actually very helpful for emerging markets where mobile devices have very little storage capacity. You know, like your phones that maybe like mine previously was
8
32
gigabyte ones. No, there are people with 8 gigabyte phones.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, so 8 gigabytes. That's very little actually.
Yeah. So they don't have space to store all their memories.
Yeah.
Their memories like they don't have enough memory to store their memories. They
What?
their memories like their photos and their
Okay.
videos. So they have to keep deleting them.
Oh yeah.
So what
this-
Facebook
yeah.
is doing is they are
This is to
providing a
prevent-
free cloud platform where they can do this, where they can just move everything over. But Facebook didn't say how much space they are allocating for
I'm sure there's a
users,
limit
though.
to it lah. I mean,
Yeah.
we already have Google, and they are providing 15 gigs of free space for us to store our memories.
If only users know how to use them.
Mm.
Because Google has a lot of softwares and programs and facilities and features that are actually very helpful. For example, you didn't know you had Google Assistant on your old phone until quite recently.
Hey, hey.
You did a charge.
Alright, so the next new feature is voice posts. So like basically your Facebook stories, which is like your Insta stories and everything. So now they have the Facebook camera, which enables us to share voice posts. So how it look like is your basic rectangle screen. Sorry, screen, and then like I saw that it looks like some sort of waves like that,
Yes.
but in colors.
Oh, so they have the waves, those active waves, like the one that we did.
Yeah,
with
but
the
it's
wave.
not like a frequency thing. It's like a legit like a graphic wave.
Oh, that kind of
Yeah, it's just like
Okay.
just one line to one line to differentiate a lighter color and darker color.
Okay.
And then
okay.
it's like that. That's all.
All right.
So, yeah. So instead of typing, you can now say and record it. Yeah. And then you share it to your stories.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a novelty.
Yeah.
We are kind of repackaging what is already there.
Mm-hmm.
Voice is there, and it's in all platforms. I think it's a novelty, but I also think that this will allow us to move from typing or texting into actually saying.
Or just us doing that blackout screen thing, you know, like you block your camera and then you
like,
record
oh,
thing.
I am very sad today because I didn't have lunch. Now you can actually do it, and I think it's also very important for emerging markets where English is not their main language, and because of that, because almost all the keyboards in the market today are focused on English,
True.
and then they focus on something else, right?
Yeah, that's
So-
based on the setting that you choose.
So that's why in the Asian markets, the most people use chat platforms. They actually use the voice version of chat platforms rather than actually
WeChat.
testing.
I think WeChat is very.
They're all the same. WeChat, Line, WhatsApp. So the Chinese educated people, especially here in Malaysia, Chinese educated people, and the Tamil educated people will also, even the Malay educated people will do that. Will do that as well. They will rather use voice. So now what Facebook is doing is they are moving that from a private platform into a public platform where you can update your status
Yeah.
using voice.
So you can actually check out how this voice post looks like on TheVerge.com. So they show here that it is like kind of looks like an Instagram color.
Like an Instagram
theme.
rainbow, blue to red.
Yeah. So that gradient thing. Yeah. So and like we said earlier, it's like just a line, and if there is sound, then it will move like the wave. Yeah. So that's how it looked like. And the next feature.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I just figured something out on this one. You see now we know that most people watch Facebook videos with their audio turned off.
Oh yeah.
That's why a lot of Facebook videos have captions.
Yeah.
And no one say anything. If you turn the audio on, it will just be music, and then the caption will be the one reading it. So whether you have the audio on or off, you still have to read it, right?
Yeah.
True.
So what does this mean for Facebook going into voice posting, which is like it's like we tend to consume video in a textual format, but if we move to voice, which has no text, does that mean Facebook is preparing for an
Right.
eventual future where everybody will have their headsets on 24/7?
You mean Web 3.0?
Yeah, I mean Web 3.0. Dun, dun,
Yay.
dun.
Newsflash. There's a voice social network now.
Oh yeah,
Which
there is.
we will introduce next week.
Oh, hold on. No, not next week. I think we'll do it at the end of this.
Yeah.
This episode. I think it
Okay.
needs,
Okay. So we're putting it in. Okay, we can cut that scene. Okay. The third feature from Facebook is their Facebook Stories archive. Okay, basically it works the same as your Instagram story archive.
Okay.
Yeah. So reason of them introducing this is that Facebook believes that some stories are worth more than 24 hours but less than a post. So maybe there's a incident you might want to share and you don't want it to disappear like in 24 hours. So they have this stories archive. Yeah.
So Facebook users obviously don't understand the idea of ephemerality, meaning the idea of temporariness.
Yeah.
They want it to last long, but they want the right to be forgotten. They have no idea what they want. They are old people. Facebook is filled with old people who have no idea what they want. Because old people believe that when you post it up, it should stay forever, like a photo album. Whereas younger people would think that I want it to be temporary because I always make the wrong choices and the wrong decisions, and I want it to be forgotten the next day. Like
Well.
drinking a lot.
Wow. Well, life is temporary.
Speaking of the cloud, right? I'm just questioning why they come out with it, because you can actually download a copy of your Facebook one, right?
But
You-
the thing is,
Yeah.
this is for people who like.
It's like they
They-
share pictures and stuff like that. So they
Yeah.
just want to have an archive, a place where they can keep all the photos and all the videos.
Yeah, it's like
and
they
all the
don't have
audios.
enough memory in their phone to keep all this media thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to find it back on Facebook, you know how difficult it is, right? Because you keep loading and loading, and
Yeah.
you just
And the numerous posts that you actually shared.
yeah.
True.
Yeah. Okay, so next up.
Next up for Wei Han.
Cannot wait.
Well, anyway, have you guys watched Deadpool 2?
No, don't
it's
spoil,
good.
please.
Yeah, I heard it's good, but I
Shush.
haven't watched it either.
I had friends who actually watched it on the first day it came out.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so moving on to Instagram. Instagram will be adding a new usage insights tab to keep tabs on how much we use Instagram. So they released a new feature to report how much user use Instagram in hopes to scare them into realizing how much their life are wasted.
On
Ding-ding.
bottle flipping videos. Yanni or Laurel.
This seems like a reaction from Google's recent direction of giving users more insights and control on device usage. You know, we all say that we spend too much time on phone. So
Yeah.
Well, basically, our parents at school was like, stop playing your phone.
Yeah, well, because Google's I/O recently announced that Android P, the next version Android, will have a lot of big features to focus on life balance, which means that you can actually, they hope for you to kill your addiction to phones. Like you have a lot of features, do not disturb features to turn you off, so that, and all these kind of things, so that your phone will not bug you all the time. Instead, there will be certain time when the phones can bug you.
I think for me lah, I think a lockdown would be better. After this, I will lock. So
I think-
you can't access to it.
I think that speaks to everyone.
Because I think despite having that insights, people will still be very tempted.
Do you know what's the deepest dark hole in Instagram?
Ugh.
The explore tab.
Yes.
It is crazy, and if you keep hitting refresh and new
Oh
shit will
my
appear,
God.
and new weird shit will appear, and you just before you know it, 3 hours of your life is gone.
Have you ever wondered why you're so sleepy in the office?
Why? Explain to us, Weihan.
Okay, moving on.
So wait, hold on. So we think that it's a good idea to let us know how much we spend, but I think Instagram should add a layer to gamify it by giving us cookies
Yeah.
for hitting targets. Like, good job, you went less than 5 hours this week, or
So
some
you
stuff
get,
like that.
you get some
Wait,
stickers.
Yeah, we get some special stickers. You have
Wait.
some new title.
I mean, it sounds good that we're using less of this, we're not wasting our time so much on this, but what would that mean for us digital marketers?
I know, right?
That would mean less time of audience on
On
social
Instagram,
media
yes.
and Instagram, and what if our ads pop up during those times?
So we have to be careful when to put the ads up. This is if Instagram plans to return to chronological order, which means that there will be pockets of time where there will be a lot of news, there will be pockets of time when there will be no news. But if they are still going mainly algorithmic, which is what they're doing now, they are feeding us posts based on our interests and what they think will keep us here instead of by timeline, it won't make much of a difference.
I guess in a positive light, you can say that it challenges you to create good content.
Yes, and
That's true.
and in a sense that what they're doing now is they are removing that zombie part of social media consumption, and they're bringing in, because if you spend less time in social media, your attention is more valuable, and you are not just like droning your way through, you're actually looking for proper content. So in that sense, I think it will only shift the way we create content, not so much as the effectiveness of the
I was
content.
just wanting to suggest that if they come out with a coding or something like that, if they notice that you keep scrolling, then there's a zombie coming out.
zombie mode on, the whole thing will turn black and white.
That's a shit.
Alright.
Okay, moving on. Facebook disables almost 1.3 billion fake accounts over the past 6 months. If your Facebook feed suddenly looks quiet and empty, it's probably because you've been following too many fake accounts. A recent article by Recode went on to state that 583 million accounts were disabled in Q1 this year, while 694 million were closed in Q4 last year. This, they say, is thanks to a new detection technology that was able to detect and flag them.
Wow.
And there is also a graph in this article that shows how many photos and posts Facebook took action on by category. And guess which one took the cake? Nudity and sexual activity, with over 20 million posts and
Speaking of nudity,
images.
I've seen people going on live with them showering.
Oh my god!
I
I don't think they can. I don't think they can remove that. But anyway, so to put this into perspective, right? In contrast, all the other categories did not even make past the 5 million mark. So if you look at the graph, right, it's like low, 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 boom, there.
Oh shit.
Nudity and sexual activities.
sex cells.
Yep,
So is
sex
there
sells.
any good news
Now,
to this?
yes, there is. If only someone saw this and will create a social media platform specially for this category. I'm sure.
Was that good?
Hint. Why not? So the good news is, this is the first time Facebook is being public and transparent on anything whatsoever. We are happy about this, and we hope this spells a better future for how Facebook treats its users.
Good job, Facebook.
Speaking of
so
which,
far.
did you get a random questionnaire by Facebook?
What?
No?
It's just a one question thing. I got it, and it says, do you agree or disagree that Facebook cares about its users?
Oh wait, I think I did.
Yeah.
And I said disagree.
So, is this Yanni or Laurel?
Laurel,
Laurel. Fudge.
Love it.
because you're worth it.
So there's a viral clip going around on social media with this short audio recording of someone saying Yanni or Laurel. Okay. So why is something like this going viral?
Because social media doesn't make sense. We keep telling our clients, right? They keep asking us to create viral posts.
Yeah.
But how?
And virality of something,
Yeah.
we don't make it viral. The people make it viral, and viral posts don't make sense most of the time. So,
Most of the time
it's
it's-
just some silly.
Yeah,
And it is
As-
by accident.
Yeah, as, the dress, the color of the
exactly,
dress,
the color of the dress. So this is both kinds as well, right?
But what about you guys? Have you heard the audio?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I heard Laurel
I heard Yanni.
on all
I heard
the.
both. I heard both.
So okay. So there is a reason for this. There's a scientific reason for this. Apparently, two reasons, right? I've been researching on some articles. They say that number one is because a different sound appears at different wavelength, and therefore different speakers catch sounds a little differently.
Yeah.
So depending on what speakers you use, you will be able to hear more of one or the other.
Because what happened was, like, I had my phone, which was like at arm's length. I heard Yanni. Then when I brought it close to my ear, I heard Laurel. Laurel. Oh
So
my
it's
god.
a wavelength thing.
Yep.
And the second explanation is that different people have the ability to capture different wavelengths. So with this audio sitting very closely between the two sides, it's easy for people to confuse them. Yeah. So we say that imagine hearing an instruction with a subliminal meaning behind it. If you heard us talk about the university students giving Alexa and Siri commands using wavelengths last week that we cannot hear, this one just trumped that article. I think this will be scarier because we can hear it, but we're just hearing different things at different distance, using different speakers.
You just
Alright.
left me dumbfounded, actually.
Yeah. Wei Han, you want to talk to us about?
So apparently
What's it called
there
again?
is
Hear me out. Yeah.
Hear Me Out is a new voice social network. So I explore a bit. There's a few sections whereby you have celebrities, you have debates and stuff like that. So how it works is that let's just say debates, you go in there, people leaving comment like how.
So this
you
one is
live
actually an app, right?
Yeah, it's an
It's
app.
an app where someone creates a topic.
It has existing topic. Then after that, you can create subtopic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a Reddit. Then
Yeah.
you have subreddits based on the.
So it's like posting messages on Facebook, but it's voice. That's all. That's the
Okay.
difference.
So it's just
So-
it's voice notes
Yeah,
Ish.
it's just
like podcasts
Facebook without so much of the image.
in the
Something like that.
visuals.
Yeah.
Facebook without image.
So did you download it?
It has some image, but nothing much.
Do you
to say.
remember last week we were talking about how social media platforms will appear like in Web 3.0?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this feels like the beginning of that
I
transition?
think it is because looking
Yeah.
at Facebook having voice posts on their stories and then Hear Me Out app and then like our Google Assistant or whatever assistant on our phones.
Yeah. So there is a very valuable lesson, moral to this this revelation that we had, that among all the crap that we talk about, we do make pretty good predictions on stuff.
And also for young entrepreneur, you might want to look into audio for.
Yes, you might want to look into audio. See, okay, here's the tip. That is why we started this podcast. So this could spell the future of social media. This could be where we're looking at when we don't have anything to look at. When we have headsets, which are our new version of new version of smart devices,
Okay.
right? And we can only hear, so which means that social media will be in the form of voice before it goes back into video again with Google Glass and things like that. And during this transition, apps like Hear Me Out will be the one that
one of the
works.
trending apps. And
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, wow. Whoa, my head is blown. Wow.
I guess they are like the Friendster before Facebook.
Yeah, I guess so. So
Yeah.
as long as they don't start selling game apps, and how did Friendster die again?
They
think it was
became a
because of
game.
Friends.
Yeah.
No, it was before that. Before they became a game, Facebook took over. Then they switched into a game platform.
I switched from Friendster to MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace
Really?
was a short
Yeah.
there was a short
Transition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then after that, Facebook just came out. Then everyone was just on Facebook.
When Facebook came out, I wasn't on any social media platform.
I guess you were too young back then.
No, but I had
You play
email.
with a fake keyboard.
Keyboard. The one where you press something and the song plays.
Aduh.
Alright.
What it's
Alright.
like being the youngest.
All right, so that's all for this. That's all for this episode. Social Media Weekly, 22nd May 2018. Just want to let you know that our podcast is you can get our podcast from Apple Podcasts, from
Pocket Podcast.
Pocket Podcasts,
And
from
Anchor.
Anchor.fm, and we will be putting it on our website as well, and on our Facebook and on our Instagram as well. So
That's it.
get them and subscribe and
Follow
hit
us.
Follow us, hit us with some 5-star and good reviews if you like us, and if you don't like us, tell us why you don't like us.
Just comment there. We'll take it.
Just be nice. And yeah, my name is Sean.
Christina.
I'm Rehan.
Thank you very much and see you next week.
Bye.
Bye bye.